Hello everyone, I'm Maria Chona T. Regacho from BS Crim 1A. I'm going to present the Interactional Theory by Terence Thornberry. Terence Thornberry is an American criminologist who has been Distinguished University Professor in the Department of Criminology and Criminal Justice at the University of Maryland since 2012. He is also known for his research on delinquency, including the interactional theory he proposed in 1987 to explain its origin. This theory is based on Travis Hirsch's works on social bonding theory and Ronald Aker's works on social learning theory. Thornberry utilized an approach he named theoretical elaboration to interact to a specific social psychological perspective on delinquency, control theory, and social learning theory. Through an early form of interactional theory aimed at describing delinquent behavior better than any other theory itself. However, the relevance of interactional theory extends further than suggest union of these two different theories. This theory's unique feature is that it provides a theoretical model of bidirectional causality and development changes throughout three stages of adolescence: the age of 11 to 12, the early, middle, and the late adolescence. Till now, criminologists have only studied and investigated changes in the effects of delinquency predictions throughout the adolescence, as well as bidirectional or reciprocal causal relationship among these predictors and delinquency on the sporadic situations. Mostly by combining strain, controls, and social learning concept into its model, the extension enlarged the definition of deviant behavior from delinquent to antisocial behaviors, as well as the extent of theoretical explanation. This extension, as well as the original model, have made significant contribution to the subject, and any discussion of criminological theory would be incomplete if Thornberry interactional theory was not included. On foundation of interactional theory, Thornberry agrees with Hirsch that we are all born with deviant motivation, an inherent predisposition or desire to violate social norms for simple and fast private interests. When societal restrictions are missing or inefficient, we are more likely to participate in deviant behavior since our inherent genetic disposition is allowed to manifest itself. In all other ways, the lack of weakening of social control, according to Thornberry, is required, but just not sufficient condition for delinquent engagement. As a result, Hirsch's social control theory needed to be expanded to have include Aker's social learning theories and propositions. In core concept, based on empirical findings from previous research, Thornberry selected three concepts from Hirsch's theories: the attachment to parents, committed to school, and believes in conventional values, and two from Aker's theory: the association with delinquent peer and delinquent values. These five concepts are used to explain delinquent behavior, which refers to all types of acts that place the youth at risk for adjudication, including both minor and serious or violent activities. In social structures, some other hypothesis of interactional theories is that behavioral pathways are rooted in social structures. Therefore, a person's position in the framework of social roles and statuses, races, class, gender, and community of residential areas, particularly in this early stage of life, is vital to address since it established the basic course of behavioral pathways from the start. In interactional theory extension, Thornberry and Korn published an extension version of interactional theory almost 15 years later to widen the scope of its initial model in three main respects. First, the study lifespan of interest was widening from adolescents 11 to 12 years old to the complete life stages and from the birth through maturity, widely characterizing the major outcome behavior as well antisocial rather than delinquent. Secondly, the expanded model contains a consideration of both prosocial and antisocial behavior to help explain antisocial professions that remains the theory's main focus. And finally, while still not explicitly stated, the original form of interactional theory was expanded upon, this time from the strain perspective. In application to criminology, with the foundation and scope of interactional theory, it can be deduced that the theory has benefited the field of criminology by expanding the explanation of delinquency and child behaviors. They have asserted that it is in the nature of men to commit delinquency to others. However, for Thornberry, without the presence of authority that restrict this ill intention, it doesn't necessarily means that delinquency then will be realized into full-blown criminality.